What's going on, Tony, man? Hey, man, I'm glad you could come on this channel with us, man. We trying to get it, and we appreciate you being one of our early guests. We just started interviewing people, man.
All right, right, man.
And just let the people know who you are, man. I know you're a producer, and tell them some
man.
of the people
Man,
you
I've been in the music game for like a little bit over 30 years, man. You know, trying to put my age on it, but been produced for a lot of people in the game, you know, particularly here in Houston. A lot of guys from Screwed Up Click, and then I went on to produce. I produced a lot of sophomore albums for people. You know what I'm saying? Like Billy Cook, I did his album, Live With My Dream album. Went on and did Showtime album. Hustle for Show, I did that whole track, and then, you know, I produced for some more people, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Man, there's a lot of musical history in Houston, man, and a lot of people just don't really know all the insides and outs of people like behind that make the tracks, and the engineers, the bassists, and you know the people that do stuff, play keys, sing. They'll get slept on, man, and especially these days with these modern days with no credits and no covers. People just kind of like they listen to it and I like that, but you don't really know everybody who's behind the scenes. Man.
But it happened to me. What happened to me in the game was I was ahead of the curve, like in my production, right? My tracks was a little bit more advanced, you know what I'm saying? Not saying nobody else's wasn't, but I was more on an international level on how I produce, right? So a lot of guys didn't relate to that. But the thing that happened to me was I discovered a lot of independent artists, underground artists, and guys that had the money came and snatched them from me.
Well,
so
that happens.
Which, hey, charge it to the game, and you know, and they kind of lose their way. And you see the interviews, and they don't mention you. But here's the thing: anytime somebody challenged me, and I say I discovered that person, the label that they own don't have the music that I have. So I have whole albums of these people that I produce. You feel me? And that was signed to my label, and I really didn't fight for it. I could have took them to court and said, hey man, that's my artist, and won the whole thing. But I've been so transparent with people. I'm a transparent dude, and I was taught your balls is your word, right? So I kept my word with everybody, but everybody didn't keep their word with me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely what happened in this business.
Yeah. And I learned it real quick, so that's why I do. I tuck me now. You know what I'm saying? And don't mention it to them, you know. They don't mention me, I don't mention them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I've had that experience. Understand people.
Yeah.
You know, I know you've been bringing their name up. They ain't bringing
absolutely.
Your name up.
But we on the bigger and better things, right, Russ?
Yeah, we definitely are, man. I'm waiting. I'm hoping to be like you one day, man.
Man, look, back in the day, man, I idolized you, man, as a businessman. Used to always, some of the artists that you had, bro, that just like inspired me to jump in the game and do my thing. And then that business mind you had, and I watch a lot of interviews that you did so far, you know, with Robert Gilliam, you know what I'm saying, and how you guys was mentioning about early in the game, how you was talking about contracts, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, they're your best friend and your worst enemy. It just depends on how you read it and who you got to read it for you.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's definitely. So I know that excluding, you know, besides doing the tracks that you got really into this tech stuff, like the what you call it, I forget it all the time. You said it before, the metaverse.
Yeah, metaverse.
The Web3, and
Web3.
You know, I think it's like. That's a little bit beyond me. I haven't got into it yet. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that up to on all the NFT stuff, but I keep hearing it a lot, so my ears is up. I'm trying to get a little more informed about it. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely, man, I'm in it, and I jumped in it in 2000, man, early 2000s when I bought Bitcoin.
Okay.
Like when Bitcoin was on the rise. Before a lot of people bought it, 2009, I was already in it.
Yeah.
Right? And I would tell people about it, and people like, man, that's a fad, it ain't gonna happen, this and that. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna keep pressuring you on it, right?
Yeah.
And then 2017, when it surfaced and the world heard about it, then everybody was calling me, hey man, what's going on with this crypto thing going on? I'm telling people what to, you know, kind of not giving them advice, but telling them what I jumped into.
Yeah.
Now, in this space, man, this digital space, you have to be very careful because you have a lot of people that scammers and what they call rug pulling. They'll create these digital projects and you think you're winning, and then the rug pulling is where they'll create something and then they get all this money built up and get it hyped and then they'll pull it. And then, you know, when you're on Web 3, decentralized, it's no tracking, it's no tracing it, right? So you have to know who you're dealing with in this space. If they haven't been in this space in, I'd say at least 5 or 10 years, don't deal with them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with you. Do your research. No. And even where they done got so cold now, even doing your research ain't even helping.
No, because they got fake stories out there.
They got fake stories out there, and they snatching this, they snatching that. It's showing they're able to alter the documents.
Oh.
And they got even, because the space is, you're talking about billions of dollars. This is the next $1 trillion market. No. So now you're about to see things that happen where there's going to become trillionaires now. Because you notice, and everybody now, think about it, everybody becoming billionaires. Yeah. Shoot, the next 10 years, you're going to be hearing about trillionaires in this market, the Web3, NFT, the cryptocurrency market, and the metaverse, right? And so I've been studying that for, I say, since 2009, I've been studying this market, man. When everybody was still doing music, I left the music game and got into the digital side of things. You feel me? Yeah. But I still help because music is in my heart. Yeah. So I got a few artists that I'm putting on, like Signature, she's one of my main artists, and Billion, those two artists right there. Those are my two main artists right now that I'm focusing on. You know what I'm saying?
So you think in this digital world, there's gonna be some room for the artists? Like they're gonna be able to sell their wares and their music in that space? Yes,
definitely. This is where it's going, right? Whether you like it or not. And I'm gonna say it like this here, and quote me on this here. Play it back in a few years to come, you're gonna hear it right now. If you don't have someone that know how to code and that know how to do data, right? That's not a techie. Your record label gonna crash. Yeah. You're not going nowhere. If you don't have those two people that know how to read data and you know, comprehend what data is and know how to do coding, you out of there. That's where it's at. So invest your money into a coder, data analysis, someone that know how to deal with these new tools like Unity, right? Maya, know how to upload NFTs on these spaces and things like that. And here's another thing. What I've been telling people to come together as a collective and build platforms, right? We don't build our own platforms. See, I'm a platform builder, right? I build platforms. I don't invest in platforms. I don't put my stuff on OpenSea, right? I got my own OpenSea, as you say, you know what I'm saying, called Planetarium. You can Google it, Planetarium, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? It's just like OpenSea. You can upload your own NFTs on there and make money. I did my own music. I did my own music channel, right, called Music Blast. I was the first one to do it out of Houston, where you can upload just like Spotify, SoundCloud. I did that when you get paid. You know what I'm saying? I build platforms, but that's the way to go, definitely, you know?
Well, as always, having your own is the best way to go anyway. Yeah. So one thing I've heard about the NFTs is like, you have to have like, to even sell them, it's about the people in your group or your community or whatever. Yeah, an
NFT, non-fungible token, can be anything, bro. It could be tangible or non-tangible items, right? It could be a picture of something. It could be like you say, you know, your group back in the day, you got an old picture of Pimp C and Bun B that nobody ever seen. And you say, man, here go old picture of Pimp C and Bun B, boom, and upload it, right? It's an NFT. And you're making money off of it. And the great thing about NFT is that it's only that one. It can't be duplicated because it attaches a digital number to it, a code, basically a code to it. So you can't change that code, you can't alter it or nothing. It's attached to it, so it makes it yours, it makes it unique. So that's why it's expensive, that's why it becomes something in the digital space. So you can have that one picture, and once you sell it to somebody, that's it. You don't even own it no more, right? But the good thing about it is that you'll always eat off of it too as well. As long as they sell it, you get a percentage of it. That's the way they know how to move. That's the best way that I can describe it in the simplest terms.
Well, I'm finna go dig and look for some pictures. So if I got a picture, then I'm gonna have an NFT if I find a picture.
Hey, and call me, bro. I got you. We get you set up. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you definitely could be making money. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But NFTs is the new wave for the music industry and anything that you're doing right now. Yeah, pictures, album covers, old album covers. If I'm gonna tell you something, if I was a pen and pixel.
Don't say it too loud, cause I know they still hustling. Nah, they definitely.
But they got plenty of NFTs.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it depends on how they did their paperwork. You did what I'm saying?
We all wondering that same thing.
Yeah, how you did your paperwork.
That's a questionable thing, and I plan to have Sean in that chair. Yeah,
Right?
that's $1 million question. A lot of people we paid dearly for that stuff, but there's been some stuff happening. We seen that stuff popping
it's
out.
easy, and it's an easy solution, bro. I'm gonna tell you, like people that I didn't know, we all didn't know back in the day how the paperwork worked. We were just young dudes from the hood, getting our money, working together. We was working together, right? We didn't know about the paperwork. We going half and half on the albums, producing and and then some of them turned snake and some of them went snake. You feel me? But as men now, you come back together and say, hey, bro, let's redo this the right way. You did the artwork, I did the album. Let's go 50-50, and let's put this NFT out or jump into this new wealth space, and let's eat, let's have money, and we live happily ever after. You feel me? But you have to really swallow your pride and put aside all the wrongdoing of understanding what you didn't know when you were younger.
Yeah, that's hard for people to do. They just build the bitterness, and they just can't. You know, I learned that experience from even like when you you have a dispute with an artist, then you talk to them on the side. What they're telling you and what they putting out in the air and telling everybody in the front, it's different.
Yes, definitely. You know, it's twisted.
They'll be like, oh man, I regret even saying that, man, because it ain't like that. I understand what was what and who did what. But then they talk to you and say that, and then come back later and say in another interview, he did this to me and did that. I just think after so long, we can't take it back.
That's right. So, their pride jumping away instead of, everybody want to keep it real, but everybody ain't keeping it real.
No.
Right? You'll see how people move by how they grow, right? Like some people still trying to hold on to that past what they had to make money to feed their family. That's how you know they've been putting a lot of bad out there, right? It's dwindling. People catching up to you because you know what I'm saying? Because you've been lying. And the truth is coming out, right? And see, the one thing about me, I leave digital mark. I got digital marks on everything that I do. So when somebody try to put me out there bad or trip me up and say, man, he lying, I'm like, oh, really? I pull it up on them, and then I can really just blast so many people right now about what goes on, but that ain't my heart. My heart is I forgive, I move forward, and bless them. You know what I'm saying? God bless them because of where I'm going now, and the people I'm dealing with now, they have my best interests at heart. They love me, they want to see me prosper, and they see what I'm doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got prayer warriors around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always good to have them.
Absolutely. So they coming at this door. I feel for you. I promise you, I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to do right by people. You know what I'm saying? And that's even teaching people in this new digital market. Man, you got people charging $1,000 tickets and doing this conference and people paying. I'm on the internet giving it free game and telling them how to move in it, or hey, come set up a meet with me. I'm gonna show you how I go and show you where you need to move and what you don't need to move. But they take people look at the shell. They look at how I dress and think I don't know what I'm talking about until they get me in that room and they be like, oh man, hold up, wait a minute, this dude know what he's talking about. It's no more judgment after that. But then, it beats that way sometimes. You take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying?
That was the one thing that made me really want to be in hip hop, was the fact that I didn't have to dress up, because that ain't my game, man. I'm t-shirt and used to be jeans, now they t-shirt and Dockers, and I'm good.
For sure.
You can. It's like what you say and what you know that proves it, and
right.
It's not what people. You can see the most dressed up person in the world, clean as a whistle, don't know nothing. Can't do nothing, ain't created nothing.
I'm running to them every day. You know what I'm saying? I sit in meetings all the time, billionaires, 100 millionaires, and I sit in those meetings, bro, and they get to running their mouth, and I be like, no, you lying. Yeah, you got a good mouthpiece on you, clean cut. You know what you know how to, finesse on that note, but you really don't know what you're talking about, right? I really do it. Right now, transitioning into that, where we're talking about the digital spaces, like even with the metaverse, what we're building called, we call it the multiverse. My business partners and I, we call it the multiverse because of the things that we're doing inside of it. Where it's VR, entertainment, you can watch movies inside this virtual world, right? You can do big concerts inside this virtual world, have meetings inside of there, do podcasts inside this world. You know what I'm saying? We call it Ollie World. So it's a pitch, it's something of you, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you get to be you. You know what I'm saying? Create your own character, your avatar, go in there, sell, buy, exchange, and right there make money all day. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing moving in this space where we jumping ahead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think that at some point in this space that are we going to be able to say it'll get where it's not really like the Bitcoin and stuff or the Ethereum, it's just going to be regular money? It's never going to be regular money?
No, it's not regular money. That's dead.
No.
Regular money is gone, man. Fiat is dead. There's no backing for it. It's done. So whether you want to be in that space or not, you move into that space. And people say, I don't understand it. I can't touch my money. I want my money in my hand. Be honest with you, right? Right now, if you ask me for some money, I'm gonna pull out a card. A digital card. How you know money? How you know that's money? Right? Majority of people right now they already conditioned you not to touch fiat, the greenbacks. There's only people that's doing that is hood dudes, and they doing like this here, and they think they got money. Don't got no money. But when I pull up my digital wallet and all that, and I'm thinking, this is money. Right? That ain't money, because that's dead. It's not worth anything. It's paperless, right? But I say that to say this here. The digital currency and people in the real world are being suckered into that. They think they're going to work every day and they're making money, but that's not worth nothing. You go say you're getting paid $8 an hour, right? You say, I need gas to get to work for the next week. Half of that hour, you only work for gas money. For that half an hour that you at work, that's $4. And it takes how many gallons to fill up your tank? 18, right?
Something like that.
Do the math. So you got to work 36 hours to fill up your tank. But we're stuck in this world thinking that we're making money. And we're not making no money because we focusing on the dollar, right? The fiat. But in the digital world, it's different. You see what I mean?
Is it going to grow to be just like the regular world where they start pricing us out on everything?
See, and that's where Web3 at and decentralized come in at. They can't. Nobody has control over it. You don't have control over it. The government don't have control over it. Nobody has control over it because what they're using, what they call nodes, which is basically computers. My computer, your computer, his computer. We have computers all connected on one big old system, right? And what it does, it checks the data to make sure that it's correct. So you can't cheat the code. Okay. Right? Once you upload it on Web3, you can't change it. Once you put that what they call a white page up there, or that contract, once you put it on there, if I say, hey, look, Russ, me and you, we're gonna do an album, we're gonna go 50-50. That contract, once I load it on the web and I put that 50-50 percentage in it, I don't have to ever see you again in my life. You don't have to ever see me again in my life, right? Our money as long as somebody buying it and it's moving, I'm gonna get my 50%, you gonna get your 50%. You can't take me you can take me to court all you want to. You will never get more than 50% from me or less. That's the safe space of being on being decentralized and on the Web3. You get and the biggest part about Web3 is that you own your content. Nobody can take it from you. Web2 is that when you upload stuff on a platform like YouTube and stuff, whether you like it or not, it's not your content. They get to give you what they want to give you. You don't get to make it. Okay, you gotta get 1,000 views, 4,000 plays before we can pay you. But it took you money to. It took you. Right. But Web 3 is the opposite. You get to tell whatever you gonna pay and what you gonna make off of your content on Web 3.
So with the Web 3, will people have to worry that the hackers may do something bad?
They can try to be bad all they want, but they would have to actually have. Web 3 is basically somebody breaking into your compound. Somebody, when you went to sleep at night, somebody went and snuck and opened the door. You get what I'm saying? And let the enemy in. That's what happens with the Web 3. You protect it as long as somebody don't open that door and give your keys up. That's how Web 3 is. It gonna have to, so you don't have to be like somebody, hey, no, look on the inside. Somebody open an email that's connected to your service or whatever that you have going on, they open that door. It just don't happen where I'm a hacker. I know how to hack. I've been coding for years, right? And you're a cold boy if you breaking into Web 3 and hacking into the cryptocurrency world. You're a cold boy. I guarantee you. You know? So that's the safe space of the digital technology of the world. You know, saying that it's transparent. They can't lie on these contracts. You see what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you gonna play it back. Just play it back. Go home and play the interview back. And you just start researching what I'm talking about. The keywords.
Because the artificial intelligence is telling me everything about NFTs and popping up on my phone every day.
And you got it. You got it. I mean, old school like us, start digging in the crates. Start digging in the crates. Youngsters don't know what digging in the crates mean. Dig in the crates, go in your closet, pull off the top of your closet, go in your storage and say, man, I got some old school stuff that people ain't never seen. And don't put it on the web, just put it on Web 2, put it on Web 3, get you somebody to know how to build your Web 3 website, right? And upload it on there. Now everything is non-fungible tokens. And give them a piece of it. Don't let them be don't be stingy. Here's game. If I was still in the music game, like, you know, heavy, every artist that I sign, there'll be an NFT artist. When I say about that is that we putting out an album and we're selling only so many albums, right? Right? We don't sell so many albums, but we're allowing people to be a part of it. We're allowing the consumers, the fans, to be a part of the album. They get to own a piece of the album, right? So, new way of what I'm doing now, I'm just give y'all some game, some real game. Y'all better listen close. Like, the way I'm funding movies and stuff like that, like, it's NFT. People buying a piece of the movie before it even come out. So we uploading a piece of the movie and say, hey, look, you get to be a part of this movie forever. So imagine you got Denzel Washington shooting a movie, right? Denzel Washington shoot a movie and he said, guys, y'all can be a part of this, you can own a part of my movie. And this dude's selling crazy in the box office, right? You own a piece of that, and that movie's making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And you own a piece of that. Just say you owning a piece of every top movie out there, Disney movie. They're gonna use that money to shoot the movie, and not only after they shoot the movie, you're gonna be watching the movie, right? It's streaming, people gonna be paying it, and you getting paid. And you'll be a millionaire off of what you invested on a movie that you love. You get what I'm saying? So if you shooting a movie and you say, hey, look, hey Tony, I want to shoot a movie. I said, all right, Russ, I'll set everything up for you, right? On Web 3. We sell a part of the movie at NFT. We might have poster. Once we do the movie poster, right? We sign, all the actors might sign the poster. It become an NFT. We're only selling 500 of these at 1,000. 500,000. You made right there off a poster NFT. Now, as they start selling it, gain value, just the poster, you get 10% off of every poster being sold, right? You making 50 grand Every time the posters selling and accumulating, and as they grow, and you ain't said that's just that. Now you got the movie sector part of it, where you do movie tickets, where you gain the movie tickets now. The tickets become NFTs, right? Where they come. This is just growing, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. But the great part about it is you're not being selfish, right? You sharing the love, it's shared revenue with consumers and people that love your music and love your label, love what you do. You know what I mean? I can break it down into more steps, but I know I'm just keeping at the surface right now.
It definitely is like going back to school. Still back and learning all over.
Right.
The best way to be on a new thing is at the beginning or even the middle. It's not at the end when everybody's in it, because then you're paying the high price.
That's it. And you can separate yourself no matter what. Like even with you doing the 3 in the morning, right? You got history. You own that. That's history. That's part of Houston culture. You cannot get away from that. No matter what, it is big time. You know what I'm saying? This is big time. This is like nobody own this. I own this, right? You creating your own store or DJ school store at 3 in the morning in the metaverse, and they get to walk up in that metaverse and they get to play or buy that CD. Give them that experience. You might create a DJ school avatar, right? And all these other characters that's in there, and they get to walk up in that metaverse with their VR headset, virtual reality headset on, and they walking in there, but they talking and they listen to the music, and it's like a party, and they sitting there with the fat pads and the 3 twos and the DJ schools, and they just all sitting there, and they just like the Pimp C and Bun B. They get to meet Pimp C while he in there, you know what I'm saying, on Avatar, you know what I'm saying, as an avatar, and they listen to the music in this environment, right? So
that sounds very interesting, though. That really does.
You make a hell of a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, that's for real.
I guarantee you.
You got that going.
And that's why I moved into. That's the space I'm in now. Not me just talking about it, but I'm an actual doer, right? I'm actually doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So has this took over? You don't see yourself the music really becoming? Maybe you're dibble in it, but not. It wouldn't be in the forefront, the main thing no more.
Music is definitely. It's not about the music anymore, and I don't think music will ever go anywhere because it's the central language. It's what they call the world language. Music has the instruments and it's how we communicate. It's a universal language. Music is. No matter what, people don't know how to express themselves. The first thing they do, they turn on their favorite album or their record. They get mad. Back in the day, dudes that I knew that was in the hood, they turn on Pac in a minute. You feel me? I live, you hear me? You get what I'm saying? So music is a form of expression. So it's not going nowhere. It's just how we are going to start listening to it. It's gonna change. Imagine me listening to Tupac, right? And I'm in this virtual world and I got VR headset on, and I'm actually feel like I'm in this environment with Tupac. That's where we going, where you starting to feel it, because they're making beats now where you can feel the beat, and you can feel when somebody touching you. So imagine you have an avatar, right? And this avatar is animated, and Tupac come up to you and hug you, and you can actually feel him hugging you and like he's talking to you.
That's an incredible
You understand what I'm saying?
That would be an incredible experience.
It's gonna blow your mind. That's where it's going, though.
Yeah.
And
is that tech gonna be for everybody, or is that just gonna be for the privileged few?
No, it's for everybody, because you can go buy that vest right now and put it on and and play video games and you play Modern Warfare and all that, and shooting it, and you can feel it hitting your chest. You know what I'm saying? Or you can hear the beat of the music, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine that on. You got the plugs in. You can feel your senses on. Now they're making whole full body suits, bro. In Japan, they making a sexual suit.
I can imagine.
You feel me? Like you can put a whole suit on, and you know ain't going into all that, but me being in this space, I'm dibbing and dabbing.
Yeah, well, that's I definitely, since you said that about Japan going into the full body suits, you definitely know that the point has always been the cutting edge. So I assume it's going to be some incredible worlds with all that technology.
Absolutely.
That they're going to be going, because they've been looking for a way. Because I know the videos is not what they used to be no more. That rental is all over on the free on the web. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the next big thing is and trying to do it.
It's the opportunity though for the ones that are unfortunate. Now it's the opportunity to it's like the .com era. When .com came out, we didn't know about it. But now we know about this here. Don't sleep on it. You know what I mean? You got to $1,000, invest it somewhere in this digital space, because there's an opportunity where you could become a millionaire overnight. You've been taking chances. Everybody out here popping bottles and doing this here. Come on, man. You spending your money like that? Invest it somewhere. Get into these hedge funds, these digital, decentralized hedge funds and things like of that nature. Talk to someone that knows about this here. You feel me? That can give you guidance. But don't be trying to sue them too if you fail. They just giving you information and knowledge, and you know what I'm saying? But then our people, we want to, like, you did me wrong, you did this. But you got the other kind that been in your pockets from day one. You in the situation you in because they've been stealing from you. And then you get woke to something that can change your life, and you don't do it right. You know, everything, life is a chance, right? We take a chance, all of us.
Yeah, people just gotta have the courage. And sometimes people don't have the courage, especially if it's something they don't understand. They don't want to take the time to try and learn more about it. But
scared money don't make money.
That's what they say. And some people just hold it and just be scared with it.
Yeah, don't be scared, man.
You can't make no money if you don't invest no money. So.
I lost over 100-some thousand. I recently just lost some money in this space, man. A lot of money, bro. Put me on my back. Right? But you think I'm gonna give up on it? I've been doing that with fiat all my life. You feel me? So this me losing this here one little time don't make me say I'm gonna give up on this here. No, it ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't going nowhere. When Obama was in office, the Secretary of State, she said, go look at that video, you think I'm lying. She said, and her name is on the $100 bill. You're gonna look at her name on the $100 bill right now at the bottom. She said, and I quote, "Cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not going nowhere." So take that and run with it if you think it's going somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Her name is at the bottom of the $100 bill. Sign. So she said it ain't going nowhere. And then you got other countries that's moving in this space that's becoming their new currency. Cryptocurrency. You go to Amsterdam and live like a king off of cryptocurrency.
We've been seeing people buying and purchasing, making big purchases. They're rich off cryptocurrency, but I think there's a lot of people still going to be hesitant until they is more widely accepted in some places. You know.
Man, it changed my life. I've been doing music for 30 years. I ain't never made enough money to change my life in music. People still owe me money, but when I got in cryptocurrency, I was able to brand myself, get my clothes. I was, you know what I'm saying, get my own brand, start my own water, start my own dollar TV network, right? It changed everything. My own gaming coming, Urban Tech CGI. It's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. It's the reason, it's feeding my family. You get what I'm saying? My record label is doing all that. My coffee company. You know what I'm saying? So I did all of that off of cryptocurrency, not me working at somebody's job. My video game, you know, the H-Town Fight Minis, I put that out, right? That's because I dabbled into this digital space and took the time out and sacrificed and started learning this here. And now guess what? It's showing itself approved, right? You know, so, and I want to help as many people as I can. You know, only if they here to pay it forward. If you're not here to pay it forward, I ain't helping you.
I can understand. Yeah. A lot of people just have to realize it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And
like Nipsey,
they don't do that.
Yeah, no, they don't do that, man.
I tell people all the time that the greatest things that I've had, they are not, it wasn't overnight. You know, I met UGK, I met him instantly putting up a sign, but it actually took two and a half years before we did that project. It was good. It was 2 years for 3 years. Almost 3. If I would have just not had the patience, I never would have completed either one of those projects.
Wow.
If you look on the other end, projects that I threw together and did fast have been we call it wood music.
I went wood. I remember that term. We went wood on that one. But yeah, and I appreciate guys like you Robert Gilliam, and definitely paved the way, man. Like Robert used to go up there Southwest Distribution, man, and always get them little checks, bro. You know, in the music game, like underground, man. But you guys paved the way for us guys that wanted to step in put our foot in the door on the music team, you know, side and stuff like that. And Robert is still playing a big part. Here it is, you know, 20-something years later, Robert is still a part of my life and helping me move forward and doing deals and opening them doors for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. That's why you never mistreat people. You never know when you need them later on in life. You know what I'm saying? And I think I never crossed any. I thank God I never really intentionally crossed anyone. Yeah. And if I did, I apologize. I didn't know at that point I was crossing you. But come to me. I ain't never did nothing intentionally to cross anybody or do anybody harm. You know what I'm saying? I always been 100 and 1,000 with everybody I dealt with. And I got contracts on people. Yeah. I still got them. I can bring them out and say, man, you remember you signed this contract with me? But you ended up signing with somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they won't remember it.
No, they don't remember, but I got the memory for you. I can clock your memory for you. Yeah.
I won't say the name. I had somebody I had to show them. They said I never gave them a check, and when I went to my old check box, the first 5 checks that came out was to that person. And when I sent it, and I said, is this not your name? Yeah, but I don't remember getting that check. Oh, well, it's not your own because you had the cash and so. But even that's just, you know, they just can quick go to something else. But, you know, that's the beauty of this music. Yeah,
but music, man, I never give up music. I love music. It's like one of my favorites. And you know, my son, like I said, I'm behind my son and Signature. Those my 2 main focuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about doing a project myself, but a lot of major artists, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it with major artists. Some of them probably not even from Houston. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they understand why. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm born and raised. I'm from CUNY Homes, 3rd Ward, right? And then I moved to the Southwest. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm Corporate and Beach Nut. That's why I'm born. You know what I'm saying? They're my stomping grounds. Yeah. Woodfair, Lansdale, Club Creek, Southwest Farm Park. You know what I'm saying? The SWAT. That's why, you know, I grew up at. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I don't knock nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I love everybody and wish them the best and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
And the beautiful thing is you make music and you also making the characters. Your music, your characters, because you ain't got to worry about them going nowhere because you ain't going to program it in for your character to mess over you.
That's so. Bingo. And that's a new thing too, bro. It's a lot of things that people are doing overseas that even I'm doing. I'm creating, even my team, creative team, my digital team, we're creating our own characters, right? We're designing our own characters, giving them their own look. I'm hiring content creators, I'm hiring animators, and I'm hiring stylists for these characters. I got like 4 characters that I'm creating, and they're artificial intelligent characters that I'm creating. The music, they're not real people, but we write music to them, and they virtual. They're not gonna fight with me. They're not gonna argue with me about the contract. I own all the money. I get all the money, and we're gonna put them in this virtual. So that's what we're moving into, and that's what record labels are going into now. You know what I mean?
Definitely, we have to do something because, you know, I think streams is cool, but streams is not the same to me as physical product. But being on the cutting edge of the next thing would be a good way to keep. And that's that music heads still wanting to still do some music.
Web 3. And the best way, if you got some old CDs together that never been open, do NFTs, and that CD gonna make more money than you ever made when you was back in the day. You get what I'm saying?
I got a few woods that I can.
It's like a baseball card. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to open that.
Yeah.
Don't touch that. You see what I mean?
Because you get paid for the condition of it.
There you go.
That's all the stuff. Man, Tony, I appreciate you sitting down doing some interviews. We're definitely trying to talk to people more on the cutting edge and different stories. You know, we got some different stuff that we want to show people because the world is bigger than just what people see right in their face. So.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for having me, Russ, man. It's an honor. You know, definitely somebody I looked up to in the game for a long time. But, you know, for me to be sitting here and you asking me to come do this, man, I wouldn't have did it no other way. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor and it's a privilege, man. And I wish you the best of luck. You know, absolutely, man. I appreciate you. 100, man.